Hi guys, good day. So we're back at it again, looking to meet that 100 pips or more. This is trade jockey right here again. Alright, so I want you guys to just follow me on my quest as to show you that listen, anybody can do this thing. And I'm actually going to move from demo and go to a live account. I've had live accounts before, I think maybe about 3 times, but emotions took me over. Consistent strategy and patience wasn't there, so that's what I'm trying to develop. Also, an important tidbit I picked up recently is that don't trade unless it is a plan to trade. Alright, a scalper is different, but even a scalper would have their plans, but don't trade unless it's a plan to trade, and that is what I'm going to try to accomplish. Alright, just an update from the last session. So I was able to catch all of this for probably a little bit over 400 pips, right? And that was a plan to trade. And lo and behold, I entered the trade right here. That was an unplanned trade. So as I said, those type of things take out your money, right? So the earlier you get into a trade, the higher the probability that you're going to make money. When you get into the trade at the end of the trade, it's a higher probability that you're going to lose your money, right? So I ended up pretty much just coming out of that trade because I didn't see where it made any sense. So I just came out of that trade. So that's just that's a perfect example where it is important for you to trade when it is a planned trade, and otherwise get out of it. Obviously it's Sunday. What you want to do, and which you should have done before, is your homework, meaning you're going to be analyzing the market, right? See what is happening, what are the potential opportunities that might arise this week. What I tend to do is pretty good to start from the monthly time frame and then work your way back in. So just so that you understand what is happening. If you look, the market has pretty much changed. Well, let me not say changed, but it's really chopped up, right? And that started happening from about 2018, right? So if you look from 2008, it was pretty much free flowing, and then moving on to start from 2018 is pretty chopped up. So it means that you have to be on your game, right? Alright, so when we move into, you would have wanted, just for knowing, you probably would draw some resistance line right here, right there. One would have expected the market to come back and hit this resistant line that you would have drawn right here. It's taking quite a while. It seemed to be going, but it's taking quite a while, right? So it's really choppy. Alright, so move to the daily chart, and generally this is what I start out with every day. Alright, so we have been working with these lines of resistance right here, and we see where pretty much it's going right across. The candlesticks are going across and it's going in a channel. So we can expect it to break out and go up or break out and go down. Based on our we looked on the monthly time frame, we are kind of expecting things to go down, right? Anything can happen, right? So we just have to look and see what's happening. But for right now, we expect that the market will test this point of resistance, right? All right. So what we are working with the ADX indicator. We are working with our alligator indicators, and we use the technical analysis to, we use our lines of resistance to understand where the market is going before you get into the technical analysis. The technical analysis is just an indicator that should confirm what is it you think the market is going to do. Right, so we use the technical analysis for confirmation. It tells us when to go in, when to come out. Right, but you have to have an idea where you think the market is going. Right, you can't be trading willy-nilly. Right, so that is where our indicators come in. For my trading strategy, I tend to, what I notice that I do well on is a breakout. Right? When the market consolidates, everything gets tight, and then there's a breakout, I tend to do well. So that is what I'm waiting on. Right? I'm gonna have that patience and just wait on that, as I'm trying to build good habits. Right? Another thing, point which I picked up recently, it doesn't make sense if you can't turn $500 to $1,000, you can't turn $10,000 into $1 million, right? Because sometimes we're of the mindset that, listen, we need to start with a certain amount of money, right? So if you can't turn $400 into $800, you can't turn $1,000 into $10,000. So I'm gonna take that challenge the next trade to see if and that is showing that you can take the next step. So you're basically practicing now. That's what I'm saying. Just like in athletics, you're doing the dry runs now. So when you're in front of the big crowd and everything, I mean, you have done it before, so you're calm and you're just going through the process. And that's what we're training ourselves to do, go through the process. So we're doing the dry runs now, right? And then we are gonna take it live. Alright, so pretty much what we're doing, we're looking for another consolidating opportunity where the market gets tight and then there's a breakout. So we had a breakout right here. Candlesticks gives you the first indication that things are getting tight. Right, it's very short, very compact. You'll also see the ADX line tightly woven. The MACD line generally is on a horizontal basis. Your ADX lines are tightly intertwined. Alright, so that is what we're looking at. When there's a breakout, you'll see divergence in the ADX line. The green line for the ADX line, once it's high, it will tell you that the trend is strong. Right? For the alligator line, once it crosses the blue and the red and it goes up, that's a buying signal. If it crosses the red and the blue going down, that's a selling signal. Right? Generally, once your ADX it's touching up here, that's telling you, listen, it's time to come out. Alright, so you have an oversold point. Alright, generally I use the 1 hour to guide me, and I'll watch that. Gets rid of the noise and the false movement. Right, so I'll watch the 1 hour, that will tell me when to go in, and then I'll enter on the 5 minutes to be sure. Once the market gets tight though, you can actually look on the 5 minute, and you know that will work for you. Right now, 5 minutes, it's really not looking all that pretty, right? But you know, as things tighten up, we'll see what's happening. I said before, we do expect the market to go down, so we're looking for the MACD line will approach the horizontal middle line right here, 0.00 line, and you know, we see there's a lot of noise forming right here, so we just have to watch and wait to get the proper indication, and just make sure we don't go on any false movements. Alright, so patience is the key. Alright, for example, when you talk about false movement right here, you know, if you would have dipped it, but you have to actually wait, and once you see the lines, there's some space in between the lines, then you know that's the time. So that's the time you use the indicator for confirmation. The indicator tells you when you're correct, and believe it or not, it tells you when you're wrong. So your indicator can't be telling you you're wrong and you're going against the indicator because you believe something is going to happen. Right? So pretty much that is what we're looking for. So we're looking for another movement heading back down. Again, we're looking on the big picture as well. You cannot, there is also a possibility, if you notice right here, you could put this as a line of resistance. So it is possible that it could go up here and break away, right? So you can't you know, you have to look at the possibilities. So that's a possibility, but you know, we're seeing it's a higher probability that it will head back down and touch the this line of resistance. Obviously, once it heads back down, then we have to look, you know, if a breakout is probable, right? So we just have to keep ourselves abreast and be sharp, and then you'll see what's happening. Obviously, the pair that I believe that we should master one pair before you know, go all over the place and looking at gold and, you know, everything in between. Master one pair, and then and master your strategy before, you know, you go there. So at the point where I am, that's what I'm doing, focusing on the Euro USD. Once I can master this pair and master my strategy and be consistent, patient and consistent in my strategy, where you're seeing and listening, you're getting the pips, right? Then I'm good. And the focus is really getting, you know, having a good skill set and not making the money. Once you have honed your skills, you will make the money. But if you're focusing on the money, trust me, your emotions will get hit, right? So the focus is on the skills, right? And that is what we're trying to do. So we're trying to get our skill up to a certain level, and once the skill is there, there'll be no problem in terms of making money. So that's it for now. Take a peek at the market at about 3 p.m. Generally, that's a time when you talk about the London market. That's a time when the London banking hours, I should say, you might have a lot of activity at that time. So the volume, there's a spike in the volume that happens about 3 o'clock. So that's possible trading opportunity. On a Monday morning when the London banking hours and the New York banking hours overlap, then you also have some activity. So it's 3 o'clock, we'll probably have to take a peek at it, and then you're looking at generally around 7-8 o'clock to see what's happening, right? So pretty much right now, we can see, as I said before, right now, you can actually see that there is some sort of consolidation. See, things are tightening up. If it is the 15-minute time frame, MACD is on the horizontal line, right? The ADX gotten choppy, which is not as tight as it can be, right? So it is saying that there's a possible breakout coming along. So again, you just have to look at it, I think about 3 o'clock, 8 o'clock, those are the hours you check to see what's happening. Again, they look at the candlesticks. Candlesticks are getting compressed, right? So we know that there's a possibility that something is coming on. But the key thing is that you have to be patient. Let the indicators do the confirmation for you. Don't jump at any false noise, any noise in the market, right? And let us try and work the strategy and see how this thing plays out. So, hey, subscribe to the channel. It's pretty new, but I know it's a process we're going to be building. So subscribe to the channel and just come on this adventure with me or join me. I mean, that's what I'm doing. Alright, so peace out, guys.